this is an image of SpaceX's Raptor engine and the 3 versions that they've made of it. And as you can see, like it's gotten simpler and more efficient and just better in every way between each version. And that's actually exactly what's happened with my compiler. And this is basically what I've spent all the time on. Like that's why the patches take it so long to come out, is because I spent basically, I think, maybe a year in the first version, and then half a year in this, and then half a year in this one here. Um, and I didn't know it would take so long, but it did. And I also don't really know how I would ever complete Turing Complete without making a compiler. I need it for, well, it's going to be used for speeding up levels and custom levels, but I also want a compiler component in the game so that you can write high level code and compile to your CPU. And I want that to be an easy language, which is also low level, and I want the compilation to happen fast, and I want it to be well optimized. And there just isn't really anything out there like that. And I'm trying to make the computer fun and easy and approachable, but the reason it's not fun and easy and approachable right now is because everyone has been building on top of layer upon layer of stuff that was done like in the early days before we had, graphical user interfaces and the internet and whatever. And people just kept layering stuff on top of stuff on top of stuff. Like, it's just, if you really want to make it easy, you have to redo the whole low level stack. And so basically that's what I've been doing. And yeah, it's very constraining when you both want to compile fast, but you also want the result to run fast. And yeah, it's just taken a long time to explore everything. I've done everything. I've done every stupid way and every smart way, and then I've figured out how I think it's best. And anyway, I hired someone to replace the Godot front end of the game, and he basically finished by the time that I finished this version. And so recently we've been patching together the new back end with the new front end. And so, by the way, basically the whole game is rewritten from scratch now. And it's coming along pretty well. Like I can show, what it looks like. It's probably not too surprising, but I mean, the level map looks pretty much the same. Like today, we were adding these cursors to RAM components, so they are only they only show up if the port is enabled. So you can have multiple ports, and each port has its own cursor. So I can show, like, you see this port is only on the odd ticks because it's a counter, and the counter is attached to the enable, and you can see these little colors here. They match these cursor colors, so it's easier to navigate if you have a lot of ports. I mean, it's a little thing. It's not like a huge deal, but lots and lots of broken things. Like if I click here, this should show like a stop signal, so you can run again. It's a small thing, but if I go here, this looks weird. It should show what the current bit width is, and it shouldn't be. This is too low here. It should be right adjusted. If I click escape here, I don't want to see the main menu. I want this to close the first time and then see the main menu if I click in. And there's just tons and tons of things like that. And maybe it doesn't seem like a big deal, but it can be quite annoying. See, there's a flicker there. There's something like much worse, like this new tutorial stuff isn't really done yet, but it doesn't even work. Like I can't actually select this, so yeah, I'm kind of stuck here. There are lots of things that need to be fixed, but it is really coming along. Like we're fixing, I think, like 10 little things a day, and so unless there are any more nasty compiler issues, I think we're in the home stretch this time. Going back here, I mean, I can say that what happened after like the last two updates happened between these updates of the compiler. So after the first version of the compiler, I was like, okay, I'm almost done. And I made a video, and then I discovered there's a much more elegant way to do things, and it's much faster and everything. And I couldn't fix this. I couldn't work on this anymore. It was just so wrong. So I had to upgrade, right? And then after this upgrade, I made another video, and I had all these plans for like this future crazy version, crazy slick version, and I'd actually ventured into trying to make that while working on this version, but I had to back up out of it twice because it got too it was too much work to do at that time. I didn't want to do everything at that time, so it's like I just made notes to do it later. But then here I finally figured out that I actually need a new I needed an additional feature, and I couldn't see any way to hack it into this version without making it not having like a straight path to upgrade to this version. So I felt like I had to bite the bullet and then make this version the final version. But now I cannot imagine on a certain, like in a certain way, there's a million things you can improve on the compiler, but in one specific way, I cannot imagine anything being better. Like I don't think I will ever change this fundamental design. Like the compiler doesn't have it doesn't have floating points, right now. But to add floating point, all I need to do more or less is upgrade the register allocator. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to refactor anything. So it's not like rebuilding this engine. It's like adding a little pipe here, right? And a lot of the things I want to do is like outside of this. It's like the whole rocket. I can't imagine like this. There's not going to be like a version 4. I don't think so. So the only thing that I'm worried about still is finding some nasty compiler bug that means that I have to refactor something that will take weeks. But fingers crossed that won't happen. And if that doesn't happen, then the game will be out in like maybe 2 months, or the next patch will be out in maybe 2 months.